to my first ever booktube video. I'm so excited to start getting into this community. I have been a book talker for like a year and a half here at Sophia's Diaries. I am so excited to get into this because a lot of the people who watch my videos have been telling me to make one. I think they told me because I talk so much, so I need to fit it into a longer video. I know that's not why, but I do talk so much. But you're just gonna see my absolute chaos, and I am so excited for it. My ADHD, my anxiety, I'm so excited for it. But let me say a little bit about myself and then we'll start. I got Starbucks today. This is like my 5th time trying to film this video, so I'm almost done with it, but I got a venti iced peach green tea with lemonade. It is so good. Should we do a quick dab of the day in my current read? Okay, dab of the day. What does dab of the day even means? Did I say that right? I don't know. This ring from a side store in New York. Love it so much. My glasses, a random claw clip, Everly Jewels, this random bodysuit, and brandy striped pants. But let's get on with the video. I'm so excited. I'm a music girly to my core. I am a romance girly to my core. Fictional men are my Roman Empire, so I'm so excited for this video. Let's go. Since this is my first ever booktube video and I'm a romance genre girly to my core, I am going to be doing 10 of my all-time favorite romance books. So let's go. I'm so excited to talk and yap about them and rant. So let's go. First, I'm starting with the queen of romance, Miss Lynn Painter. Her books never miss. Her books are just like a fever dream. Like you're just in that romance 2000 rom-coms you've been wanting to be in your whole life. And all these men are literally my favorite things on earth. And her books are so pretty. Like so pretty. So let's get into it. Let's get into these books. I am so excited. The first book is Miss Better Than the Movies. Who has not heard about this book? Wes and Liz have my heart. Like this couple, it's so precious. This vibe, it was like fake dating, enemies to lovers, angsty. The banter is so incredible. Lynn Painter knows how to write banter. And every chapter over it had a little like rom-com quote. So the prologue one is my favorite. It says, "I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her." Like who doesn't want that in a book? Like this book was just everything I loved. I loved Wes. Like I truly loved him so much. And the show of grief in this story was so beautiful. Let me show you this quote. "You suppose, what on earth could she possibly be lacking? Do you want bigger boobs or something? Is she not? She's not you." What? She isn't you. If a man said that to me, I'd be on my knees begging for them to marry me. The next book of hers is The Do-Over. This book honestly is like a total fever dream to me, but all I just truly remember is it was just the Groundhog Day movie in like a romance rom-com 2000 type of vibe. This book was so good. She is stuck on the day her boyfriend breaks up with her on Valentine's Day. And this book, oh my God, so good. No, it's her boyfriend cheating on her. That's not a spoiler. It literally is on the back. But she has to relive it and relive it. So she meets this boy and she tries to get him to do all this fun stuff. And just, this book is so good, so cute. Just like the cutest, most fluffiest book. I love this book. I love anything Lynn Painter writes. Yeah. Then lastly is the first ever adult romance of Lynn Painter I've ever read, The Love Wager. I read this in under 24 hours, same as Better Than the Movies. This book was so good. The first 50%, the banter in this, I have like videos of me just sitting there and I'm just giggling at a book. I'm like, is this normal? Like I should be hanging out with people, not hanging out with my book friends. But you know what? We respect it. I had a time with this book. I think I read it in one day. I don't even think it was 24 hours in one day. And it was on Easter, like the perfect day after you have a fat brunch and you come here and you eat this book up. Like, this book was too good. The setting was incredible and the banter was probably one of the best banters I've ever read in a book. And I loved the idea that it's a wager who can find love first. Like that is so smart. I loved this so much. Next is my Roman Empire book, Picking Daisies on Sundays. This is the first ever book I fully tabbed. It's like in sunset colors that matches with the book. It's actually so stunning. I'm so proud of it. This book, like, what could you not love? It's like childhood friends to strangers to friends to lovers. Like this book was so good. It has the best fake dating trope in it. It was so much tension. The banter was incredible. And at the top of each new chapter, it had a quote. My heart was so full of our memories that it painted my body like a scrapbook. And this was also like she was in the fashion industry. It was New York in the spring and summer and fall. This book had everything I wanted. It was so good. And I loved Daniela. She was such like a relatable character. And oh my God, Levi in this book. Someone's walking in. Levi in this book, he can speak French. He's like a professor, teacher, but they're young. No age gap or anything really. This book was just, I can't tell you, the vibe was so good. I read this in one day. And let me just say something about Levi. He can speak French, and he wrote a poem book about her in French. Like a poem love book about her in French. Like, oh my God. If someone did that to me, I'd also fall to my knees and beg them to marry me. This book was so good, and the New York vibes were so good. I want to live in New York. After I read this book, I don't shut up about this book. If you know me on my TikTok page, this book I talk about so much, and I rant about it, and the cover is like the prettiest thing ever. And I love this author. She replied to my Instagram comment of me ranting about her book to her. So like, what can I say? I'm famous now, guys. I'm famous. The next book I have is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This book was just so good. I listened to it doing an audiobook while building my Lego bookstore. But this book was so good. He calls her Sugar. Oh my God. And Teddy and Emily's friendship in this was so good. I don't think I've ever loved a friendship so much, and I'm so excited for Teddy's book. It is the third book in the series. It is not out yet. Just read this book. I could imagine the whole thing like it was a movie. The OCD representation in this was so good. I think I said that wrong. And this book was just so good, so short, so easy to fly through. And it was just like so golden retriever and his brother's best friend. It was just, oh my God, this book was just, like a solid 4.5 stars. I loved it. Let me link my Goodreads. That's my Goodreads right there. You can screenshot or whatever you want. But this book was so, so truly good. The next book is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This book was just like a fever dream. They just played like a game of like water gun assassin. I don't even know what it's called, because every year they come around to Martha's Vineyard. They have a nice summer there. It's like a family reunion, and she meets this guy, and it's for a wedding, and she's one of the bridesmaids, and he's one of the best man. And this book was just so precious. The grief in here was so like heartwarming. It was done so perfectly, and their relationship had so much depth to it. And just the Martha's Vineyards vibe. Just read this in summer. It's Taylor Swift coded. I need to go back and annotate it because there's so many Taylor Swift quotes in it. And this cover is stunning. And I'm so excited to read her other book I picked up, maybe Meant to Be. I don't know if that's it. But this book was so, so cute. I read it in under 24 hours too. Same as most of these books. And it was so, so good. I truly love this book. And I just love everything about it. The next author I'm going to talk about was Hazelwood. I read one of her YAs and one of her adult romances so far, and her YA romance, oh my God, when I tell you, they both were incredible. But Check and Mate by Hazelwood, oh my God, who would know I would be so much into chess? Chess was like the main plot line in this story. I didn't really understand anything they were saying about the chess, but I loved it so much. And I was like, you get it, girl, you win. Wad it up, you win. And I loved it so much. Like, it was so much chess, but the found family in here, the romance in here, Sawyer, the man that you are. I love a mysterious, dark, brunette, glasses hair man, and it delivered. She delivered in this book. Please just read it, and I did cry from this. The found family was incredible, but just the family coming back together was also incredible too. Just like rebuilding bonds and everything. The story was just so beautiful. And I loved it so much. I'm like talking so much, I'm gonna like pass out. Like, help me. I also forgot to take my anxiety meds, so that's like a cherry on top of the cake, you know? But the next book is The Love Hypothesis. I think I read this in like 3 days. This book just had everything you wanted. Fake dating, like kind of workplace, like it was like a workplace romance, not workplace. It was like a professor time student, but not in a creepy way. It was so good. Yeah, fake relationship, so good. And just the science aspects in this, I loved it. Because she is a PhD candidate, Olive, and I just loved this. The like coffee shop scenes, I loved so much. this was like a fever dream in the best way. I just remember eating it up and loving it so much. Next is Miss Elle Kennedy. I have read her whole off-campus series, including The Legacy. It's like a long epilogue book of all of the couples, the Briar U series, and the Campus Diary. And I'm so excited to read Girl Abroad, but this book stuck out to me. Even though Logan and Dean are my favorite boys, Garrett Graham, the man that you are. Like, this book was just like 6 stars. It started my Elle Kennedy journey. And the story, this was definitely my favorite romance story though in the book. Like, it was so good. It was like fake dating, tutor. It was like a little enemies to lovers, the banter. Like, honestly, this might be the best banter I've ever read in a book. Like, this was so impeccable. Is that a word? Impeccable. This was so impeccable. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. But this book truly was so good. And just like, search up the trigger warnings, because there could be, in all of these books, there could be some trigger warnings, you know? Always like to search them up. I don't for spoilers. And also, I'm like, I don't get disturbed that easily. It's not the book, but also I don't read dark romance. I'm reading fluffy romance. And I literally read this and felt like I was on a college campus. Like, I just remember this whole thing felt like I was on a college campus, best friends with Allie. Like, I felt like I was Hannah in this. And it literally felt like a movie, because I sing too when she sings. And I was like, okay, so it's me. Last book I'm going to be talking about today is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the standalone interconnected series, Chestnut Springs. Everyone raves about, as they should, this book. Oh my god. I haven't read Hopeless, the last book, but I am currently reading Wild Love, her new release. But this book, 6+ stars. Like, this was like a nanny times like a grumpy single dad. It was grumpy times sunshine. It was a little enemies to lovers. Their banter was so incredible. It was the sick trope done so right. And the little kid in this was not annoying. I literally cried from something he said. That was so precious. Sorry, I'm like waving around my books. I'm like, hey guys. But this book, Willa, my favorite like female protagonist I've ever read. And Daddy Kate, he's spicy. These books are spicy though, so be aware. Same as Elle Kennedy, but like this was so incredible, and the storyline was so incredible, and I felt like I was on like a farm, like a country farm. And Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy? I think it's Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. Bet. Like, this book was so incredible. If you take away anything from this video, read Lynn Painter, Picking Daisies on Sundays, and Heartless. Please. Okay, that is it for today's YouTube video. I had such a good time filming this. I love you all. Make sure to subscribe, and I am just so excited to start posting more. If you have any video ideas you want, comment down below. And I'm so excited if you fully watch this whole video. I love you so much. Have a great day. I love you guys.